Good morning from Raleigh, North Carolina. For the next 2 days, we are working with Visit Raleigh to show you guys around the city. We're so excited to show this one off because this is our old home. We used to live here. This is where Chris and I lived when we were dating. We actually got engaged here, and so it's a special place to us. So working with Visit Raleigh is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to show you some of our favorite spots, see what's new, and just let's get going. I'm excited.
Let the good times roll.
First stop of the first day, Yellow Dog Baking Company. This is super popular. Their branding is so cute, and now that we have a little golden doodle, we had to bring him to see Yellow Dog. This is what happens when I let Chris go in alone. We get the giant cinnamon roll, and I said, I hope that's all you got. He said, well, I got one more thing too. Chocolate chip scone. Sugar grass coming early today. Actually, no, we're supposed to go run after this.
So we have to start off breakfast right. We would frequent Yellow Dog more than what we probably should, and we're excited to be back because their pastries are really good.
But it's one of those bakeries where you do have to get here early, and by early I mean like don't roll in at 2 o'clock before they close and expect them to have a full stock of everything, because people like this place. People are coming and grabbing lots of pastries to take to work with them, and on the weekend this place is bumping. So there's not really a good day to come here. Just get here early.
You see that cinnamon roll? Sarah's like, be good, be healthy. So the cinnamon roll was the first choice. All right, stomachs are full. That means it's time to exercise.
So one of the very best things about Raleigh is all the food. The other best thing is all the trails. They have tens of miles. I don't know how many. I know at least 50 miles of trails, but I think it's more than that, not to mention the bike lanes around town dedicated to pedestrians and cyclists. That's important because in Raleigh, you're going to want to eat a lot, which means you can also work it off. All the trails in Raleigh are incredibly nice. So you work out and then you eat a lot. And we're planning on eating a lot here. We already know what we're going to be eating because we are so excited for a few of the dishes. We need to put some miles in.
I'm gonna be honest and say that we're not gonna break any records with this run. The cinnamon roll is still hitting heavy. I think the beautiful thing that what we love is that you don't really have to think. You can just get on the trail and go, and it's easy, and they've made it for pedestrians. A lot of times when you go to cities, kind of in the southern part of the country, you have to be more defensive, and here they've made it really easy for the pedestrians.
And so my favorite thing about the trails is that there are so many of them, and I'm not just saying that. There are a lot of trails. When I lived here, I was training for a full marathon, so I'd go out on the weekends and run 18 miles, no problem. And I would be able to mix up whatever trail I wanted. I didn't have to repeat trails that often. It was great.
Is great. We finished our run. We're feeling very spruced, nice, clean.
Showered.
Now we're really hungry because that cinnamon roll, it just made it, yeah. All right, let's go.
For June in Raleigh, it's a little chilly. It's a little rainy. Feeling some spicy ramen. Our plan was to go to a different place that had a patio, but it started raining, so we needed to find somewhere covered. And this was a fun find because this was not here when we were here. It's called Morgan Street Food Hall. And we love a food hall. Like, we go to food halls pretty often in our videos because there's options for everything. Because Chris and I didn't even get the same thing. We got similar things, but we didn't get the same thing. Just fun. I got ramen. He got some Asian rice bowl. Is that right? Looks like Asian sauces on it. Teriyaki or something. Let's eat.
We've got corn, rice, chicken with teriyaki sauce, and some
Potatoes, kale.
Yeah, sweet potatoes and kale. Looks very good. If you're not in an Asian mood, that's fine. They have all sorts of types of food here. It is just a big food hall. A lot of options. You can get burgers, fish, pizza, Asian, pretty much anything your heart desires, you can get here. It's nice.
It's raining.
We were walking around and we saw this store, and this is one of the coolest stores we've been into in a long time. Oh, they have a taco shirt.
I love stores like that where they have quirky little things. It's really cute. At first, I was a little bummed. I was like, our favorite bike shop's gone. This used to be our favorite bike shop. And then I walked inside, and it was really cool. And also, the bike shop just moved right around the corner on the same block. So it's all good. Win-win. That's a really cute store, though. It's called Unlikely Professionals. I love the name, too. I feel like that's us, Unlikely Professionals.
Sarah's right, though. That store was a lot like us. It was a hodgepodge of just all sorts of different things, from clothes to banners to groceries. They even had a bar in there. It was pretty cool. All right, let's go.
This is the first sip I had of it. That's really good. We're at Trophy Brewing Company. They have 2 locations in town. This one, we were talking, and Chris called it the new location. I said, Chris, this isn't new. This was new when we lived here 7 years ago. Still feels new to us. But they have 2 locations in town. This is our first time with this one. This is where they actually do the brewing. It's right here on site. They do have a pizza truck, but there are other locations where we had planned to go because they're known for their pizza and their beer there. But we ate lunch so late, we decided not to do pizza because we weren't really that hungry, but a beer still sounded pretty good because we've been walking around all day. We're kind of tired, wanted to relax. So we came to the brewing location first, getting a beer and relaxing, trying to hang out of the rain. It's actually really cold. I didn't even so much as pack a jacket, and it's like 65 degrees. I'm wearing sandals and a dress, so it's fine.
This is fine.
The beer's helping.
Good morning, sun's rising. Don't let the light in. I breathe in this feeling. Don't need to fight it.
There's no start to the day without coffee. And today we are going, you can hear it in my voice. I've got that morning voice. Mufasa.
Everything the light touches is our kingdom.
So today will be a good day, and we're starting at one of our personal favorite coffee shops, Jubala.
Jubala, specifically the Hillsborough Street location. They now have 3 locations in Raleigh, so obviously it's a good place. They've always been the best place to find a good cup of coffee. They've always chosen really high quality roasters, but now they're turning into their own roasters soon. That's what somebody told me here yesterday. Their 3rd location is now going to start roasting their own beans. This is our favorite shop in Raleigh.
It's right across from NC State, so you have to finagle your way through college kids, but it's well worth it. It's really not that bad. All right, let's go. So when you come here, you'll see their biscuits on display in the back. So we got an egg, cheese, and bacon biscuit sandwich. I feel like the South in general knows how to do their biscuits really well, and Jubala's one of those places. Oh man. It's gonna get everywhere. We're gonna split this. So.
I'm still waking up, but the biscuits help me. I don't know if it's just me. This is probably a sign of addiction, but Chris put the coffee down in front of me, and it has its lid on and everything, so it has that one little hole in the top. I got one little tiny whiff of the coffee, and I felt like my brain thawed out. Does anybody else do that when they get their first sip? It's like, I know it hasn't even had time to affect me yet, but it's just like everything relaxes. That's where I'm at today.
I don't know if the biscuit will wake me up, but it was a really good biscuit. No.
It's not gonna wake you up.
We're about to go into a biscuit coma. It's really the biscuit's really sweet. Honestly, I love this.
You never had their biscuit before?
I've never had their biscuit before.
Man, you've been missing out.
I've been missing out. I've had their coffee. Their coffee's great. with their biscuit. Ooh. Sarah's right. You do have to remember, you're going to eat a lot while you're here, so pepper some exercise in between everything.
I've had some good days, and I've had some worse, but none compared to the days that I've had with you.
So we're at Umstead Park, but it's sort of right between Cary and Raleigh, and Cary is a really popular suburb of Raleigh. Beautiful park. I don't know what happened from the time we got coffee this morning to the time we drove over here. It's like a 15-minute drive, and it went from beautiful, warm, and sunny to foggy drizzle again. It is a state park, and it has everything from dirt paths to paved paths, lots of trails. There's a lake which they have dubbed Big Lake. I'm guessing there's a small lake here somewhere, but this is Big Lake. It's a great park. We seem to be one of the only people here. It opens at 8 a.m. We did get here at 7:55. It's a good place to come and relax. I mean, North Carolina does a great job with their state parks. We're just gonna walk around for a little bit. I don't think we're gonna run today, but get Kramer some exercise before we head to our next stop. Let's go.
And even though this is a state park, there's no entrance fee. So this is all free. You can come here, kayak, bike, hike, whatever you want to do. You're very close to the city. So if you're looking for that outdoor feel, come here. You'll have it.
I'll take out a loan for just one day alone, to run back the time in slow motion. I'll sell my guitars, I'll spend life behind bars, to take one more trip through the story night. This was the best day of my life. Thanks for the best day of my life.
For New Year's, instead of dropping a ball, they drop an acorn.
Away, 10, 9, 8. Let's listen to the crowd.
They call this area the Triangle, Raleigh. So you have Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill, and they have these three very different cities right here in the middle of North Carolina. Very different personalities. You know, Durham has Duke University, Chapel Hill has UNC, and then Raleigh has North Carolina State. And it is rivalry between all three cities.
Everybody here has their own preference of which city they are. That was always my understanding. Like, you're either Durham. Oh, the sun's coming out. You're either Durham, you're either Chapel Hill, or you're Raleigh. We're Team Raleigh all the way.
Yeah.
I like Raleigh.
Yeah, we like Raleigh. And if you say that you're like, oh, I like Durham better, I like Chapel Hill, they'll put up with you. But it's definitely a different feel. You know, they have pride for their city.
Each one is different in its own way, and they each are special. Like, we really do enjoy
Yeah.
each one. But Raleigh, to us, has the most to offer.
People have realized, hey, this is a really safe area of the country. There's not a lot of natural disasters. It's a pretty safe and livable place. And you have a lot of tech companies moving in, Amazon, Netflix. They're starting to host a lot of their things here in the North Carolina area because it's safe. And another fun fact, one of the safest cities in America is here in this county. It's called Cary.
North Carolina Museum of Art, I think it's wonderful. It's free, except for the rotating exhibits. Those are sometimes a fee, or usually a fee. But they have two inside buildings. Both are great. We can't really show you the inside because they don't allow cameras, commercial photography, or videography, which technically this is commercial. But the grounds outside, they said, are okay. And they're really nice. This is probably my favorite part. They have like 5 miles of trails outside, and they're really pleasant. So there's sculptures outside and trails running through it, and it's free to visit the inside and outside. It's great. I think I've been to this art museum more than any other art museum. Like, we would regularly come here, and I was wondering if I was going to still love it as much as I did 7 years ago, and I do. I instantly walked in and was like, this is so nice. They did a great job with it. So North Carolina Museum of Art, highly recommend.
Just getting a shot of this, and Sarah said, it's a butt. I didn't realize that when I was filming. We try to be classy people. We do, but sometimes it just comes out.
I'm not really sure exactly what he just told y'all because I couldn't hear him from where I'm standing over here. But I think I kind of have an idea. He saw a butt, and I know he thought it was a good time for a joke. I always like that.
If you're coming to Raleigh, I would highly recommend going to the art museum. If nothing else, coming outside, the grounds are extremely nice. And I mean,
Beautiful.
even the police come here to train.
There's a bunch of policemen on bikes. They're doing a great job, but it's fun to watch them. All the trainees look a little nervous, a little unsure right now, but they're doing a great job.
But it's really a nice, it's just really a pleasant place to just relax. Sun came out, beautiful day.
We got smoothies for lunch. We have a big dinner coming up. Once you all see what we're doing for dinner, you're going to completely understand why we think we need smoothies for lunch. So we went to Raleigh Raw, which is downtown Raleigh. I got a green smoothie, which has green. It's got a lot of green stuff in it. And then, Chris, what did you get? It's pink. It's beautiful. Cheers myself. Ooh, he's sticky. Andy Griffith. I gotta be honest. Before I moved to Raleigh, all I knew about Raleigh was from Andy Griffith. There's more to Raleigh than that, but they seem to like him still. I don't think I'm the first person who's walked up and grabbed that hand. Look. Look, don't touch.
And for those of you who don't know who Opie is, that's Ron Howard. You know, the voice behind Arrested Development. And he directs a bunch of other films too. So we're in Pullen Park. I feel like we've shown you a lot of outdoors here in Raleigh, but they have a lot of great parks, and Pullen Park is one of those places.
It's a really nice park. You can ride the train, ride paddle boats, there's a carousel. But I gotta say, I always feel slightly creepy when we hang out here because it's so geared towards children. It's great if you're a family, and you're welcome here if you don't have kids. But you will be in the minority. It's a beautiful park. This might be the thing we are most excited about. You know how we said we were eating light for breakfast and light for lunch because there was something we were really excited about for dinner? It's right here. It's called Poole's Diner, and they make some of the best food in town. It's owned by Ashley Christensen, and she owns several restaurants in town, all very successful, all very delicious. Tonight we chose to go to Poole's Diner because they have something that we've been dreaming about, and it is mac and cheese. But they call it a fancier name than mac and cheese. I can't remember exactly what, but it's essentially the best mac and cheese of your life.
And Sarah's not over-exaggerating. I have dreamed about this place. No joke. It's so good.
He doesn't dream about me, but he dreams about the mac and cheese.
Do you blame me?
I love it too.
All right, let's go.
If there's anything that can make a man just about to lose his mind.
Whenever we go somewhere and we're filming the restaurant at dinner, like a little bit nicer of a place like this, Chris loves to ask the bartenders to make a cocktail because it makes pretty footage. And this one was pretty. So Chris asked what the prettiest drink was, which is how we ended up with Tim's cup. But it looks very good. It's got gin, lemon, cucumber. Ooh, that's good. Yes, it's very summery. Finally feels like summer. Then the bartender, Amy, who was really cool with letting us film, she was really nice, and she's a great bartender. But she pulled out the hibiscus, and she's like, this makes a really pretty cocktail too. The second one is a bitter islander. Isn't that pretty? I told her, I was like, now I want to go somewhere tropical. So Poole's is, I'd say, an upscale diner. They've got the classic diner look about it. They've got the red bar stools around the counter that look like an old soda shop, but really is the bar. And then you've got the red booths, but you have these little candles that kind of add a little bit more of a cozy feel to it. It's got this retro feel, but also upscale. So it's not crazy fancy. I mean, I'm wearing a dress and sneakers, but it's kind of like a nice date night kind of place. So one of our favorite things to do when we lived in Raleigh was to come to Poole's, and then we go to a concert at Red Hat Amphitheater, which is right behind the restaurant. It's a nice, fun evening. That's what we recommend if you're here during the summer season. But any time of year, mac and cheese at Poole's is great.
We like to get photos and videos of all our food, and eventually we need to eat it. So finally it's the time to eat it. And first up is crab donuts. This looks so good.
Crab donuts, it says they have marinated butter beans, preserved lemon malt, aioli, and roasted peppers. I didn't know you could put crab in a donut. Y'all know we like donuts. We love going to the East Coast for good crab. Maine, Maryland. I think two worlds just collided. Oh yeah. Oh, I can smell the crab. I haven't tasted it yet, but I can smell the crab. Oh yeah, that's good. I taste the crab better than I thought it was going to. Because crab, you know, it's almost a light taste. And you think deep frying it may ruin it. It does not. The dough, it's like they put, this is going to be a really dumbed down version, but it's like they put the crab inside the hush puppy almost. But it's better. It's soft inside. It's not dry like a lot of hush puppies are. That is very good. I always joke with Chris that we haven't had a hot meal in years. We've just spent the last 10 or 15 minutes taking pictures of the food. It's still warm, but it's cooling fast. So they brought us the crab donuts, and then they brought us the centerpiece, which is the mac and cheese. Oh my word, it's so heavy. And a more serious note, it's got the crispy cheese on top, and then it is deep mac and cheese. That is a dense bowl of mac and cheese. Can I eat it now? My mouth is watering. I don't know how many kinds of cheese are in there or which ones are in it, but y'all, it is good. I know it seems sort of odd to have mac and cheese on a date night. It seems simple. This mac and cheese is not simple, but yet it is at the same time because it's just comforting, so full of flavor. Just take our word for it. This is not a commercial for them, but it probably should be because we really love her food. Ashley Christensen knows what she's done. She's actually won 2 James Beard Awards for this specific restaurant. I don't know if her other ones have won awards, but this one I know for sure has. They're hanging on the wall. And I can vouch, James Beard knows what he's talking about. That maybe I'm overcommitting here. Just use my fingers. Is it just me or is the crispy cheese on top the best? It's the same thing, but it tastes the best. We are going to fill this tomorrow. I am so thankful I had green juice for lunch. Carb load to the max. I feel no guilt. It was delicious. So good. Chris and I did a number on it, and as we were sitting there and we had eaten like 2/3 of the thing of mac and cheese, I heard the man say that on that section of the menu where the mac and cheese was listed, he said, "This is our family section. This is meant to be shared amongst a family." And Chris and I sat there and we were going, And then Chris and I realized we just devoured a family-sized mac and cheese. Worth it. Anyway, she's like, "Would you guys like us to box that up?" And I asked, "Is that tacky?" I said, "Please do." So we have our little mac and cheese to go. But they were all so welcoming. So thank you, Megan and Amy and the rest of the team who was there, who helped us. Amazing meal, y'all. Yes, they welcomed us into the restaurant tonight, but we already had this on the itinerary to come to. Go to Poole's. It's delicious.
Some of you may be thinking, why would you go to a place and get mac and cheese? That is by far the best mac and cheese I've ever had. It lives up to the hype.
There is hype. I promise you, there's hype. If you won a James Beard Award twice, there's hype around your mac and cheese.
I think that's a one-person leftover size. We're going to have to fight each other over that.
I will win. But no, that was delicious. As if that wasn't enough food already, one block over happens to be a chocolate factory. And this chocolate factory is special because I used to work there. But it's a great dessert spot in town. So we're going to go get chocolate because what we need is more food.
Life sucks sometimes.
We made the mistake, thought they were open till 8 tonight. They're only open till 6, and we didn't even get out of Poole's till 6:15. So we missed the chocolate shop. But we're going to go back tomorrow morning. It's perfect for dessert, even though you really don't need dessert after mac and cheese. If you're going to make it a date night, your date deserves chocolate. Chris, take note. We're going to go back tomorrow morning for coffee and get chocolate for the road. But for now, We're gonna conclude this evening. The mac and cheese is hitting hard, and it's almost bedtime at 6:30.
So before we wrap up the video, we're heading out of Raleigh. There's one last place that we wanted to stop at because it's so good. But it's technically not in Raleigh. It's just outside of Raleigh in a town called Cary, still in the same county. It's called La Farm Bakery. And these people know how to make their bread, especially their white chocolate baguette.
I get the shot of the baguette. Is it a baguette technically?
Yeah.
Y'all, this is another one of our favorite things on earth. It's called a white chocolate baguette, and it's from La Farm. And it may not look like much, but it tastes like magic. La Farm, there's now 4 locations in Raleigh, including in the airport. So if you're flying into Raleigh for work or visit or whatever you're doing, stop by the La Farm, because the others are out in Cary, a little bit farther out than downtown Raleigh. Goes our
For behind the scenes and extra content, you can head on over to our Patreon community. Otherwise, be sure to follow on Instagram or like and subscribe here. It really helps creators like us.